You get in some climbing practice. You get in. You get. After some rest, you feel better. Af- 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 After. 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 You get. You get. You get. You get. You get in some. After.
Anna, I found you! Anna!
Nikolai, I've been trying to find you for so long.
I never stopped looking for you, Anna. Never! I love you, Anna. I loved you from the moment you smiled at me. And I will love you for always.
Oh, Nikolai, this time we will always be together.
Forever?
Forever.
The ghostly apparition vanishes. You find some copper kopecks on the no longer undead.
We came back one last time to thank you for reuniting us.
Yes, thank you so much. Without your help, I would have been lost forever.
I do not know how we can help you. This is the last you will ever see of us.
If there is anything we can do for you, please ask.
We waited so that we could thank you.
You have saved our deaths from being endless and meaningless.
It has been so long, and I know so little of what goes on today. Still, some time ago, there was talk in town about a stranger moving into Borgov Castle. There was much talk and many rumors about who had moved in. I do not know whether your path will ever take you to the castle, but I do know of a secret passageway to there. There was some talk of vampires at the time. I do not think anyone in Mordavia was actually killed by a vampire, so gradually the talk faded. My grandfather once told me that there is a secret passage that leads from the Borgov crypt in the cemetery to the castle. It was an escape route for the Borgov family when they were alive. I do not think anyone even saw the stranger. We only knew him as the Dark Master. It is an ominous title. You may of course take my hat. I have no further use for it. I have not been so happy since the day of our wedding. It seems strange being a ghost. Still, it is better than being an old man who has lost his only love.
I shall never again be lost and alone. Nikolai and I will find our way. Being a ghost is not bad when you have someone you love with you. I have been lost so long. I do not know how I can help you. Perhaps you can talk to my friend Olga. She knows everything that goes on in town.
She married Boris Stovich, who owned the shop.
She did? She is such a lovely girl. I'm sure they are happy together. Olga will be able to tell you many things about the town. Farewell. May you never be lost.
Farewell. May you never be lonely.
The ghostly apparition vanishes. You are in this weird and wonderful place once more. This time you remember all the times you have been here before. And despite the beauty, you are afraid. You listen for the voice. It calls out for you. You feel the darkness surround you, and you remember dying. You are overwhelmed with terror, and you remember running away. Your lungs struggle in the agony of no air, and you remember screaming. You are helpless and hopeless, and you remember the eternal loneliness. With all your remaining strength, you reach out to touch the voice. You awaken as the sun begins to rise. You wake in a cold sweat. You remember every detail of the nightmare as though it had really happened to you. As you repeat the magic phrase you learned from the Lishi, the bushes on the west spring apart as if by magic. Oh, that's right, it is magic! Every sense tingles with the feeling of danger. The eye sockets of the skulls glow with deadly energy. Even the hut looks hungry.
So, have you got an excuse for being here, or have you just come to keep me company, or what? So, what are you here for, besides my scintillating conversation? You know, if you keep going on doing all that hero stuff, you're gonna wind up with the goody two-shoes blues. You know, black and blue and dead all over. Not bad at all. I can tell by the reflections in your eyes that it gives me character, makes me look mysterious and handsome. Hey, all right, you guys, this guy is okay by me. You can let him through. She's expecting you. Bats told me she got out a favorite book just for the occasion. How to Serve Man. I cracked myself up. I'm still smiling, ain't I? What do you expect me to say? Sorry, I've got a headache. How should I know what that hut wants? If you want to catch a chicken, think like a chicken. Baba Yaga came from a place a bit to the east of here, but she always had a soft spot for this little valley. Said there was a lot of dark magic about this place, so she thought she'd spend the winter here before moving back home. Hey, this hat does a good job at keeping the rain and sun off my skull. Yeah, you may not be much to look at, but at least you have your uses. It doesn't like you very much, I guess. Probably blames you for having to fly all the way from Spielberg. Maybe you could find something to win the bird-brained hut over and calm it down.
You have a sense of doom hanging over you. A strangely familiar, scratchy voice shouts, "Now!"
Spirits of the frigid north, spin the water, draw it forth. Frosty spirits, summon twice, turn the water into ice.
You find yourself trapped in ice.
Come for a little visit, are we? A little chat, perhaps? We remembered the last time you came for a little visit, don't we, kids? You turned me into a frog, didn't you, ha? Thought I wouldn't remember you. You thought to yourself, let's just visit Baba Yaga and see what we can turn her into today. Well, you thought wrong, kiddo. Well, now you're here and all trapped like a fly in a web. Just looking at you reminds me of lunch. So, what'll it be, kids? Hero sandwiches or hero on the half-shell? Seeing as he is already frozen, we could just settle for a little ice cream sundae with whipped cream and nuts. Oh, good. We'll just skip the main course and go straight to dessert. Any last words from the soon-to-be supper?
You say something properly heroic.
Well, wasn't that inspiring, kids? Guess we'll have bologna and freeze for snackies.
Tell about Mr. Bones the Gnome, and the reason you came here.
So, you come here to help the jester get back his jokes, huh? How fitting. He made a fool out of me because you made a frog out of me, and now I'll make food out of thee. Just desserts, after all. So now we can all have our favorite treat to eat. Isn't that right, kids? You'd rather have pie. What? Pie? Oh, elderberry pie. It's true we haven't had that for a long while. But I can't very well make one now. I don't have any of the ingredients. Oh, poo. Now that you mention it, I'd really like some elderberry pie. With or without ice cream. You're right. He did bring us a mandrake, didn't he? And it made such a lovely mousse. Very well. But it means no ice cream for now. So, Mr. Tender Morsel, I'll give you another chance. Bring me some fresh elderberry pie, and I won't have you for dessert. Agreed? Good.
Vigorously, you nod your head in agreement.
Good. Bring us some fresh elderberry pie, or we'll just settle for Adam's apple pie and minced meat instead. We'll recycle this ice around this fool for iced knee later. Hero lout, now get out.
Well, what have we here? Back in one piece? I sure never expected to see you outside of a quiche again. She sent you after an elderberry pie? Well, you're not gonna find that one in the freezer section of your local store. Boy, I can't believe she didn't eat you. I guess his sweet tooth is bothering her again. Fortunately for you, she didn't get a yearning for sweet breads instead. She didn't give you the recipe. Alright, let's see. You'll need a pie pan for starch, you'll need bone meal for a crust, grue goo for flavoring, and elderberry berries, of course. Well, it won't be on the shelf with the flour and cornmeal. You'll probably need to make it yourself. Get some bones and grind them. Hey, don't look at me like that. You know, Baba wouldn't like it if you used bones she knows personally, but a bone meal, if you know what I mean. How should I know how you get a pie pan? You're the one with the skull still stuffed with brains. Use them! That's the stuff that leaks out of the Dark One's cave. It's kinda like molasses gone bad. Really bad. You'll need to pick them right off the elderberry bush. Careful or you'll make it cry. There's nothing worse than elderberry wines. I don't know much about it. I don't get around much after all. I think it's a mean green to the northwest. Hey, careful around it. If you destroy it, you'll make Baba very displeased with you. On the other hand, it could destroy you. Good luck with the elderberry bush. You'll need it.
You grab a handful of rocks. There's something strange about this bush. Maybe it's the eyes. Oh, forget it. It's probably just an ordinary, everyday bush with blood-red berries and tentacle-like branches. There's something... You've managed to knock a branch with some berries loose from the bush. That hurt. That really hurt. Think of being stung by a 10-foot-long wasp. You strip the berries from the loose branch and carefully store them in a pocket in your backpack. That hurt. That really hurt. Think of being stung by a 10-foot-long wasp. You think that would be a relief in comparison. As you repeat the magic phrase you learned from the Lishi, the bushes on the west spring apart as if by magic. Oh, that's right, it is magic. Every sense tingles with the feeling of danger. The eye sockets of the skulls glow with deadly energy. Even the hut looks hungry.
So, did you get it? Show me. I won't let you in without it.
You put the bones into the huge mortar. Now what? You work the pestle back and forth in the mortar. It's hard work, but after a while you manage to grind the bones into a fine bone meal with almost the consistency of flour. You fill the flask with powdery bone meal from the mortar.
Looking good. Now show it to the head skull over there and get out of the way fast if you don't want to add rump roast to the Baba's menu for the night.
The skulls appear to have stopped flashing their lasers. You pick up the pie. It's being cooked to a delicate golden brown.
Hey, bird legs! Squat!
You feel a sense of menace and the sensation of being watched. You quickly step out from under the trap. A moment later, you hear the voice of Baba Yaga.
Not very trusting, is he, kids? Good. It's not like I trust him. Floor, quick! Make him stick!
You find your shoes stuck to the floor.
Spirits of the swamp and mire, aid me in what I desire. Creatures of the mist, beings of the fog, turn this human into a cute hedgehog. I have a sudden craving for a Tiggly Wiggly. Perhaps some hedgehog grog. Hedge Piggly Swiggly and Pig Newtons. What's that you say? Elderberry pie. Oh, darn. He was bringing that here, wasn't he? I don't suppose a Piggly Wiggle can get the pie from his backpack, could he? Particularly if his feet are stuck to the floor. Oh, pity. Spirits of the mist and more, restore this man as he was before. So, now my dining delight, do you have what I asked for? That smells delicious, just the way we like it, fresh from the fire. So, let me think. How should I reward you for such a lovely pie? Well, Kitty, should we just fry him now, or for an entree have green spleen casserole with roast leg of man? Oh, all right, I suppose he did do us a favor. It wouldn't be polite to eat him now. Besides, he may be useful in the future. So what is it that you want as a reward for your lovely pie?
You tell about the gnome and how he wants his humor back.
Humor, is it? You want a sense of humor? I'm not sure the gnome really had a sense of humor, making fun of poor old ogresses. Oh, all right. Take this good humor bar and give it to the gnome. I suppose there is nothing more pathetic than a gnome who can't tell a joke.
You take the good humor bar and put it away.
You've got what you wanted, and I've got what we wanted. Hasty treat, now retreat.
Well, I guess she liked the pie, or you would have taken its place.
You put the bones into the huge mortar. Now what? You work the pestle back and forth in the mortar. It's hard work, but after a while you manage to grind the bones into a fine bone meal with almost the consistency of flour. You fill the flask with powdery bone meal from the mortar. You feel a sense of weariness and more than a little hunger. Baba Yaga speaks out loud.
That's so true. Glue his shoes.
You find your feet stuck again to the floor.
Oh, back so soon, Cookie Face. I hope for your sake you brought us something to eat. After all, there's always room for Hero. Well, I suppose I could use this to whip up some dead bread. So what do you want for this, Cookie?
You ask Baba Yaga about a Dark One ritual.
So, you heard about that, huh? I found it in the hangman's tree some years ago. You're asking for trouble, I hope you know. Using the ritual for any purpose will only bring you grief. It can be used in either one or two ways. Its main purpose is to bring a Dark One across to this world. However, a very powerful wizard could use it to send the Dark One back to its world. You don't qualify as a very powerful wizard as I see it. Still, you want it, you got it.
You put the ritual away in your pack.
Not too bad. I had wyvern waffles for breakfast, and venom makes a great syrup for waffles. Hero near, out of here.
Oh, back so soon? Be seeing ya.
These avocados...
One thing you can say about Mordavia is that it is never dull. Be careful out there.
A voice from behind the door says, "Oops, sorry. Seems I forgot about my burglar alarm. Hope it wasn't too shocking for you." You have just gained the Paladin's honor shield through your actions.
Did I tell you about the time there was this guy walking into an inn with this big necrotor following him? He goes up to the innkeeper and asks for some stew to eat. The innkeeper looks nervously at the necrotor and asks the man what his pet will eat. And the guy replies, "Anyone he wants." Not bad, eh?
You hand the gnome the good humor bar.
What's this? You trying the old hot pepper bar on me? Hey, I'm the professional, kid. Don't try this at home. Not on a gnome, anyway. Hey, it looks good, though.
He eats the good humor bar.
Not bad. Pretty good, actually. Hey, I feel funny. I mean, really funny. What was that thing?
You tell the gnome about Baba Yaga and the good humor bar.
Thanks, pal. Guess this yuck's on me. This jester just can't thank you too much. You're my hero, Nero. My main man, Stan. I've seen heroes come and go, and you're certainly one of them. So you got by with a pie, aye? My. Always knew the way to Baba's heart was through her stomach. Probably someone she ate. You know what they say about cannibals? Always having a few friends over for dinner. I am so happy that it reminds me of the time Dimlit the dwarf came across a magic ring in the bazaar in Shapir. He rubbed it, and lo and behold, out comes a genie. "I will grant you 3 wishes," said the genie. "Well, for my first wish, I want a purse that's always filled with gold," says Dimlit. "So shall it be done," said the genie. There before Dimlit appeared a purse. He turned it over, and a pile of gold spilled out on the desert sand. Again and again he turned it over, and more gold covered the ground. "Master, you do have 2 more wishes left," said the genie. "Oh, that's right," said the dwarf. "Well, give me 2 more of these." Let me tell you, I'm every bit as happy as Dimlit was. You know what they say about humor? If you don't got it, you won't get it. And if you don't get it, I'm sure someone will try to explain it at great length. A flying rumor never has any trouble making a landing. I heard that the shopkeeper's husband left her because she was such a scold. She was a person who was quick on the floor. When she wanted his opinion, she gave it to him. Do you know why gnome jokes are so short? So that they won't go over the dwarves' heads. There's no point in telling a dwarf a joke with a double meaning. He won't get either one. Judging from the expression, what you don't know can't hurt you, dwarves are practically invulnerable. Of course, far be it from me to say that all dwarves are just plain dumb. Most are pretty greedy, too. Dwarves get their money the horde way. They won't even spend the time of day. Dwarves don't care how people treat them, as long as they do. Of course, you know what you got when the singing dragon fell into the dwarf mine. A flat miner. And on that note, let's change the subject. Well, now that I'm back in the funny business, it's one more show and I'm back on the road. I'm gonna show these yokels that he who laughs last just didn't get it. Some people spread happiness wherever they go, others whenever they go. Fortunately, you are the former. If you was the latter, you'd probably have a few rungs missing. Before you blow, Joe, I figure I owe you one. I'm gonna let you in on a secret only we gnomes know. I'm gonna tell you the ultimate joke. Don't wince, Vince. This is straight, mate. You tell this one, and whoever hears it is gonna laugh. Really laugh. Can't help it, can't stop it kind of laugh. Only works once, and should only be used in last resorts, Mort. It's the last laugh, so to speak. The best jest to the west. Yours for the telling.
The gnome tells you a rather silly joke. You find yourself laughing despite yourself.
See what I mean, Gene? Tell this joke to a big bad dude that's out to do you in, then exit while he's laughing. Use it or lose it. Bye-bye, birdie!
After some rest, you feel better. You hear movement on the other side of the door. After a few minutes, you hear someone removing the bar and unlocking the bolts on the other side of the door.
So you're back. No, it's your front. Take a seat. No, take two. They're small. I got a joke just for you, so don't look so sheepish. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and all you others. I'd like to say how glad I am to be here. I'd like to say it. Seriously, folks, staying at the Hotel Mordavia has been like staying at a resort. A last resort. My room is so small, the mice are hunchbacked. I couldn't even complain about the room service. There wasn't any to complain about. And the innkeeper's wife really went out of her way to make me feel at home. She ignored me completely. I wasn't feeling well, so I went out to visit the local doctor. You know, Dr. Cranium. He's the guy with the 3 pairs of glasses, one for nearsightedness, one for farsightedness, and one to look for the other 2. I said to the doctor, my heart keeps making a strange noise. It keeps going tick, tick, tick. Aha, said Dr. Cranium. We have ways of making you talk. Next, I went to visit the local store. If you don't know what's up, then you haven't seen their prices lately. And the shopkeeper, what a gossip. She suffers from acute indiscretion. I dislike repeating gossip, but what else can you do with it? And boy, oh boy, the monster's in this place. If I ever come face to face with a revenant, I know what steps I'd take. Long ones. What would I do if ever I saw a necrotor? Hope it didn't see me. Actually, folks, I'm up here for a good reason. A jester's ambition is to be healthy, wealthy, and wisecracking. If it weren't for my friend the hero over there, I couldn't make a hyena laugh. So, when you've lost your wit, broken your funny bone, and none of your puns are fun, it helps to have a hero handy. You know, that reminds me very little of the story about the gravedigger who was so bored he buried himself in his work. You know, I could tell you some more jokes, but you'd only laugh at them. So long and be good. If you can't be good, then be careful.
The gnome takes a deep bow and gets down off the stage. That's funny, you always thought he got down off a duck. Ha! The townspeople explode into spontaneous applause.
Keep smiling. It makes people wonder what you've been up to. So, was that funny, or are you just keeping your mouth shut?
They outnumber you.
You know, he wasn't such a bad person once you got to know him.
Yeah, except for that drooling problem, we'd welcome him in Moldavia if he ever came back.
I still wouldn't let him marry my daughter, though.
You don't have a daughter.
Well, that might constitute a major obstacle to marrying her.
Gentlemen, I was dangerously close to being amused this evening.
I'll tell you, I had a great time, a great time!
Laughed so hard I almost lost my lunch.
Now that was an evening of, thank goodness, rare entertainment.
I was okay. I laughed till I stopped.
I'm telling you guys, it was boffo. I even got some of the jokes.
The gnome was very odd and said very strange things. Yet Mr. Bones was very funny this time, and I enjoyed listening to him. There will be no more entertainment acts at this hotel, understood? At least not until a new, funny entertainment arrives. I think I am sorry to see the strange gnome leave. It was odd being able to laugh again, if only for just a moment.
It's good to have my wit about me again. Nothing worse than someone who can't take a joke or one that tries to tell one and can't. Before you helped me, when I told a joke, people always clapped their hands. Unfortunately, it was always over their ears. Now, whenever I tell a joke, I get carried away. So I'm leaving before they ride me out of town on a nail. A short joke there.
Did you hear the one about the dwarf who is so dumb, he always stops to think and then forgets to start again? Everything that's said to him goes in one ear and out the other. There's nothing there to block traffic. I can tell dwarf jokes all day, mainly because there are none around to stop me. In another minute, I'm gonna say my bye-bye and fly. I'm going south for the winter, down where the nights are balmy, and so am I. Heading for Silmaria, land of winter waterland, where there's no snow nor cold wind to blow. Up here, the winter is so cold, even the wind howls about it.
Your voice is lost in the noise of the crowd, and the gnome doesn't seem to have heard you. You've never seen so many locks and bars on a door. You can't find any way to open it.
It is very dangerous in Mordavia at night. We always keep things locked up when it gets dark. I will let you out for now. If you wish to return later this evening, just knock on the door. If you do not make it back by the closing of the inn, may you rest in peace.
Well, it's so long, it's been nice to know you. I like you. I have no taste, but I like you. If you ever make it to Silmaria, look me up. I never forget a friend, especially if he owes me money. But seeing as how it's me that owes you one, I'd better get while the going's good. See ya! Don't take any wooden kopecks! So, everyone, I'll leave you with this story. A man runs up to his doctor and says, "Doc, you gotta help me. I keep thinking I'm a goat." The doctor asked, "How long have you had this delusion?" The guy replied, "Ever since I was a kid." Bada-boom. That just goes to show ya I'm one bad dude. It's been sheer pleasure here, but I'm gonna take it on the lam and just bleed it. Be seeing you.
A shiver of cold comes over you. You sense no danger, but even so, you find yourself afraid.
There is a woman who sorrows, whose heart cannot bear the loss of one so dear. Her child was taken by others, and now exists as an undead. Piranha's staff yet contains one great spell, the trading of one life for another. Rescue the child from the castle and restore her to life. Heal the sorrow of a grieving mother.
The massive gate to this town is securely barred to protect it from things that go bump in the night. You cannot leave the town this way.